I'd like to speak a little bit about direction, and specifically the direction of the gaze in the 5 Rhythms. And of course, this is not dogma, but suggestions and ideas to see if we can open up new possibilities. So in the first rhythm, the rhythm of flowing, which is grounded and circular, weighted, the gaze can be down, softened, diffuse, and really sensing as much as seeing or locking into any one certain thing. It's more seeing and feeling into the whole energetic field. So we might even feel some attention to the peripheral, right, as we drop. And then the rhythm of staccato, our gaze might be really focused, right? It might even laser in instead of the peripheral vision, really like a targeted, specific, almost like you're going to shoot an arrow and you're looking at the target, right? And in chaos, our gaze is everywhere all at once, right? We let go of that really sharp focus and staccato, and we just let ourselves be whatever we need to be, incoherent sometimes. So everywhere all at once, right? Chaos gaze. And in lyrical, the gaze is up, perhaps scanning the horizon, or even lifted to the sky. And the fifth rhythm, the rhythm of stillness, in this rhythm, the gaze is through. So we're not as much seeing what's right in front of us, but we're keying into a different level or layer of reality that's more that which is not conditioned. That's the absolute, that place that everything arises from and returns to. And so this body can be a portal through which we can begin to see those layers of reality, which of course are always available anyway. But sometimes when we shift our direction to through, we can get a little more access to that. So there are a few different ways to work with this. These sort of points of inquiry they've come from a lot of my teachers, from Tammy Burstein, from Peter Fodera, from Eric Iverson, and also there's a lot of influence from Tibetan Buddhist practice in the Kagyu tradition, where there is kind of a sequence you follow in terms of, as your practice is developing, how you place your eyes. And a lot of this material has also come through my own personal practice by myself, without music, in the woods, on the beach, with rivers, in nature, right? So nothing's really pulling me or cueing me into different rhythms. Instead, I'm just feeling it through the body and through feeling those energetic waves move. And so as I have done this individual practice, it's often been that I've noticed a shift in the gaze and then like, oh, here it is. So like, I might be in flowing. Often I'm in flowing for the longest time of any rhythm when I'm on my own. And then there might be a moment when my eye catches onto something. And then there's a little bit of activation, right? It's not fight-flight activation, but it's not the parasympathetic nervous system, the grounded, calm, experience of flowing, but instead it's a little sharper. There's some engagement of the sympathetic nervous system towards something often, right? And so when I feel that sudden focus, it's a sign that staccato is coming through. And so, when I start to lose, when I don't want to have that sharp focus anymore, it's a sign that I'm starting to go into chaos, right? And often lyrical comes with almost a little gasp, like, and this lifting of the gaze in a softening. So noticing these shifts, we can work with this in a couple of different ways. One is to kind of notice, work intuitively, be on your own without music, dancing, moving, and noticing these different shifts as they come, right? Sometimes we'll even go back and forth. We could go flowing, staccato, chaos, staccato, chaos, staccato, chaos, staccato, flowing, staccato, chaos, and noticing these shifts can help us to just notice which rhythm we're in at a given time, right? So we can use it to help us track our experience in the world as well as in the dance. And another way to work with this information is to consciously play with taking on these different positions of the gaze and to see what that brings. So to really sort of consciously invoke this inflowing, this soft, diffuse, sensing, feeling gaze, and staccato to invoke this focused, directed, clear, sharp, targeted gaze, in chaos to invoke this everywhere all at once gaze, and this lifted gaze and lyrical, and shifting the gaze to through in stillness. So just a few practice ideas. These are some ideas that we will experiment with in this week's To the River class, where our emphasis will be on the rhythm of staccato, and our experiments will consider the idea of direction.